Hey everybody, my name is Surex Gaming and welcome back to another episode of the Kombat Codex, the series where I break down 10 facts, behind the scenes and lore based, about Mortal Kombat characters that you may have not known. Today's video is going to be about the first ever final boss in Mortal Kombat, Shang Tsung, who is also coincidentally the most recent final boss in Mortal Kombat. So without further ado, I don't have much disclaimer to go through, let's get into the video. Fact number 1. One of Shang Tsung's most iconic abilities is his power to shapeshift, turning into his opponent to steal their visage and moves. Over the course of the game, this ability has changed with the character, even going on hiatus for a very substantial amount of time. During the 3D era, Shang Tsung lost the ability to shapeshift in gameplay completely, with his Soul Steal move instead taking health from the opponent's pool and adding it to his instead. This was due to system limitations of the PS2 and original Xbox, relegating Tsung's ability to lore, only until MK9 restored his ability to take other forms in gameplay. Fact number 2. Shang Tsung wasn't always a sorcerer monitoring the Mortal Kombat tournament. He was once the champion of the tournament himself, much like Goro is now. Shang Tsung would be defeated by the great Kung Lao in battle, before the Shaolin monk's murder at the many hands of Goro. We get to learn a little bit of this during the old comics, but we also get a glimpse at Shang Tsung during his prime in Deadly Alliance, as his alternate costume in that game is based on his appearance as champion of the Mortal Kombat tournament. Fact number 3. In Mortal Kombat 2, Shang Tsung's first playable appearance, there were some, we'll say wild fatality conditions that you had to meet in order to perform certain fatalities, or even certain moves in the case of some of the other cast members. One fatality has Shang Tsung morph into Kintaro to punch the opponent in half, but in order to perform this fatality, you must hold down the high kick button for 30 seconds and then release it. Sounds easy, right? One button, you just gotta hold it down. Except the fatality screen doesn't last longer than 5 or 6 seconds in even the modern games, let alone the old games. Meaning that you have to hold down the high kick for the entirety of the match, releasing it once you get to the, finish him screen. You cannot use high kick whilst this is happening, because you're holding down the button of course, nor can you use any moves that require the high kick input. Fact number 4. Shang Tsung would be playable in most of the 3D era games, including Mortal Kombat vs DC. However, he would leave the merging of those two realms with more tricks up his sleeve than he entered with. The Joker has a fatality in Mortal Kombat vs DC universe, where he shoots the opponent in the head. However, this fatality was in a game with the most censorship, understandably. When the Joker shoots you in the head, he just shoots you in the head and you die. Nothing happens, no limbs explode, there's no gory bits of brain flying onto the Joker's face as he laughs maniacally. That doesn't happen. But this fatality would inspire Shang Tsung, and in his next playable entry, Mortal Kombat 9, one of Shang Tsung's fatalities would have him morph into a clown and blow the opponent's head off in a much more spectacular fashion than the Joker. Shang Tsung's version of this fatality, and even Shang Tsung's version of a clown, is much more grotesque than the Joker, which is saying something. But Shang Tsung will shoot you with an explosive caliber bullet that absolutely obliterates your head. Blood and gore goes flying everywhere, including all over Shang Tsung. The Joker should be taking notes. Moving on to fact number 5. Mortal Kombat 9 is the first time we get more of an in-depth look into Shang Tsung's backstory. Shang Tsung's bio in that game reveals he is actually from Earthrealm, and only came to know Shao Kahn and his sorcery by a chance encounter with an Outworld portal. This backstory would not stick for very long, however, as we learn in Mortal Kombat 1 that Shang Tsung is once again from Outworld in Liu Kang's timeline, and he would only learn magic after the interference of an otherworldly titan. Moving on to fact number 6. The deadly alliance between Shang Tsung and Quan Chi was Midway's answer to the issue of villains getting more and more powerful each game. Shang Tsung escalated into Shao Kahn, who escalated into Shinnok, who could only be escalated into an alliance between two sorcerers capable of killing Shao Kahn and Liu Kang. This wouldn't be the first time the Deadly Alliance would become a threat to all the realms. The sorcerers would team up briefly under Shao Kahn's service in Mortal Kombat 9, but their major return would be in Mortal Kombat 1, with two versions of the Deadly Alliance appearing throughout the story. An altered history Shang Tsung and Quan Chi would manipulate Outworld into the brink of war with Earthrealm, under the deception of another Deadly Alliance from the dark ending of Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath, where Shang Tsung actually defeats Kronika and Liu Kang and becomes the Titan of his own timeline, and would eventually, behind the scenes, recruit his own Quan Chi and empower Quan Chi to his service. We also see a third Deadly Alliance in Mortal Kombat 1 during the Battle of Armageddon, with a light side Shang Tsung and Quan Chi assisting in the battle, alongside the new timeline Shang Tsung and Quan Chi as they all battle against the, once again not to be confusing, but Titan Shang Tsung and Quan Chi atop the pyramid. Moving on to fact number 7. Old Shang Tsung is a very iconic look for the character, more iconic than his scheming young sorcerer appearance, and one of the most iconic looks in all of Mortal Kombat. However, this design for Shang Tsung wasn't ever playable in a game before MK9, despite appearing several times over the course of the series. We see Old Man Shang Tsung in the 90s comics, 1992's Mortal Kombat 1 as the main villain, even in the intro of Shaolin Monks. However, we only get our first chance to play as the design in MK9, and again in MK11, before Mortal Kombat 1 would change the game and integrate Old Man Shang Tsung into his moveset, giving him unique moves to pair up with his older sorcerer design. Fact number 8. Shang Tsung does not only use his prolonged life and soul magic to benefit him, as the sorcerer is credited with many creations and some interferences to help people become more powerful. The most obvious example is his creation of Mileena by splicing Katana's DNA with Tarkatan DNA. He also created Meat, an experiment devoid of skin who escaped his flesh pits and roamed the realms. Poor guy. You just can't help but sympathize with Meat, he really is the GOAT. Shang Tsung also made a deal with the Earthrealm mercenary Erron Black 150 years ago, which upon Black's completion of the mission, Shang Tsung bestowed him with prolonged life. We learn about this during Erron Black's Mortal Kombat X ending, and it explains why he is so old, and also why he kinda ditched Earthrealm and lives in Outworld now. Fact number 9. First of all, forgive me for the pronunciation if I'm about to pronounce this name wrong, but Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa is known for his iconic role in the 1995 Mortal Kombat film as Shang Tsung, elevating the character from series villain to pop culture icon. The film, namely Tagawa's performance in the film, spawned several iconic catchphrases and scenes, such as the obvious, "Your soul is mine," and of course, "It has begun." Tagawa would reprise his role as Shang Tsung again in Mortal Kombat 11 when he was added as DLC, and all these iconic lines would be referenced in the game, as well as some of the scenes from the movie. Tagawa would play Shang Tsung in the Aftermath story expansion, playing the role brilliantly and rising to Titan status in the Mortal Kombat community, just as Shang Tsung does in Aftermath. And moving on to our final fact of the day, fact number 10, Tagawa is not the only actor to play Shang Tsung, as he has appeared in most Mortal Kombat media outside the games. He is the main villain of the 1995 movie, as well as the 2021 live-action movie played by Chin Han this time. He also appears as a main character in the live-action TV series Mortal Kombat Conquest, played by Bruce Locke. Shang Tsung also crosses over into animation with his role in Defenders of the Realm, the animated show, then again in Scorpion's Revenge and Snowblind, the animated movies. Not to mention the countless comics and even both series of the fan series Mortal Kombat Legacy. Alright guys, that brings us to the end of this Shang Tsung video. Bit of a longer one because there's quite a bit of stuff to go through. But if you've watched so far, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you can be notified anytime I put out a video. And let me know in the comments down below your favorite bit of Shang Tsung trivia that I didn't mention here. Or just let me know what you think of Shang Tsung or the video. No worries. Thanks for watching guys, peace out.